So, the OnePlus 13s versus the Oppo Reno 15 Pro Mini. Two compact phones that punch way above their size. But there's one question I've been asking myself lately. Is the 13s about to lose its crown? Well, for the past year, the OnePlus 13s has been the go-to compact phone. I know Vivo X200 FE fans are rolling their eyes. But the 13s proved you don't need to sacrifice performance, battery life or polish just because a phone is smaller. Now, Oppo has entered the compact game with the Reno 15 Pro Mini, and interestingly, it follows a very similar formula. In fact, they're priced very similarly, which makes this comparison genuinely tricky. So which one actually makes more sense? Well, let's break it down. But before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and like this video if you find these kind of detailed real-world comparisons useful. We start with the design because even though both of them are compact phones, the way they feel is very different. Both phones use flat glass sandwich design with flat aluminum frames and materials that feel premium all over. What the difference really shows up is the back finish. The OnePlus 13s uses a silk glass texture that feels noticeably more plush and premium in the hand. That's it. After using this phone for over 6 months, it simply refuses to stay clean. Smudges and marks show up quickly. So if that's something that bothers you, using a case is pretty much unavoidable. The Reno 15 Pro Mini gets a glossy, smooth glass back with that stylish ribbon design on the back. It also sparkles as you shift it in your hand, which is really cool. But it also has no texture, which is a bit of a mess in my book. The camera modules also differ. The 13s has a squarish camera island with a pill-shaped layout, while the Reno looks like it was lifted from an older iPhone Pro with a few tweaks here and there. One key difference is the plus key on the 13s. It is actually pretty useful, but we will get to that later. Weight is almost identical at 187 grams for the Reno and 185 grams for the OnePlus. The Reno is slightly slimmer though, coming in at 7.99 mm versus the 13s's 8.2 mm. Both feel rock solid, but durability is where the Reno pulls ahead. The 13s gets IP65 while the Reno gets IP66, IP68 and IP69. Similarly, for the front glass, the 13s uses Crystal Shield while the Reno gets Gorilla Glass 7i. So while both feel premium, the Reno 15 Pro Mini is the better built phone overall. The display is where things start getting really hard to separate. Both phones use almost the same 6.32-inch 1.5K AMOLED panels, and in everyday use they look nearly identical. Sharpness is the same, pixel density is the same at 460 ppi, and honestly neither one jumps out at you. However, the OnePlus 13s uses an LTPO panel while the Reno sticks to LTPS, so it draws more juice. But it does handle the outdoors better and peaks at around 1800 nits. The 13s tops out at 1600. Both displays handle HDR really well. The 13s supports Dolby Vision, but content on Netflix still looks almost the same. Both get optical in-display fingerprint scanners and both are fast. So yeah, display-wise, this one basically is a tie. Cameras is where we start seeing some major differences. The OnePlus 13s has a simple setup. A 50 megapixel main camera and a 50 megapixel 2x telephoto. That's it. The Reno 15 Pro Mini goes all in. A 200 megapixel main sensor, a 50 megapixel ultra wide and a 50 megapixel 3.5x telephoto. In daylight and low light, the Reno is more consistent, it captures more detail, handles colors better and manages highlights more reliably. While the OnePlus 13s tends to blow highlights and add an uneven warm tone. The Reno also wins on versatility with an ultra-wide camera and a far better zoom. Portraits look cleaner and give you more framing options. Video is closer. Both shoot 4K at 60 fps, but I prefer the OnePlus 13s for its color, stability and Dolby Vision support. Selfies lean in the Reno's favor for skin tones, though neither of them are perfect. Overall, the Reno has the better camera system. The 13s claws back some points in performance. It comes with Snapdragon 8 Elite, 12GB of LPDDR5X RAM and up to 512GB of UFS 4.0 storage. Our unit of the Reno 15 Pro Mini gets 8GB of LPDDR5X RAM, 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage and it runs on the MediaTek 8450. So on paper, the 13s should absolutely destroy the Reno, and in benchmarks, that is exactly what happens. In AnTuTu, the 13s scored around 2.9 million, while the Reno topped out at about 2.1 million. Geekbench shows a similar gap. 3D Mark does too, with the 13s delivering much higher loop scores and almost double the stability. So that's a clean win for the 13s, but day-to-day use tells a different story. In normal users, it is genuinely hard to tell them apart. Even in gaming, they stay close. In BGMI and Call of Duty Mobile, I was getting a stable 120 FPS on both, though the Reno did drop a few frames after long sessions. Software is more or less the same on both phones. You get Oxygen OS 16 on the OnePlus 13s and Color OS 16 on the Reno. And they are more or less the same. Same features, same layout, same overall experience. Animations are smooth, transitions feel quick, and you get a ton of customizations. And the AI tools are actually useful, like Mindspace. It is easily one of the better AI assistants right now. The difference is how you use it. On the 13s, the plus key makes accessing Mindspace much easier. Update policies are slightly different. The 13s gets 4 major Android updates and 6 years of security patches. The Reno gets 5 plus 6 years. Just remember though, the 13s has already used one of its major updates. Now, quickly moving to the battery, the OnePlus 13s packs a 5850 mAh battery and the Reno a larger 6200 mAh cell. I do feel Oppo could have pushed this harder, especially since it uses silicon carbon. Still, I was getting a solid 7 to 8 hours of screen time, slightly better than the OnePlus. Both phones can comfortably stretch to 2 days. Charging is simple, both support 80 watt and ship with chargers. The Reno takes slightly longer, but like the 13s goes 0 to 100% in under an hour. Okay, so both the OnePlus 13s and the Reno 15 Pro Mini are solid phones, but I think we have a new compact phone winner. The Reno does come with better cameras and in real world use, its performance is not that far behind the 13s either. The OnePlus 13s has been a very dependable compact phone. If raw beastly performance is what you care about the most, it still makes a stronger case. But if all you care about is gaming, stable performance and also want a better camera setup, the Oppo Reno 15 Pro Mini makes more sense. Let me know in the comments which one would you pick. Thanks for watching and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.